Alright, welcome to part 6 of Super Robot Wars V. So, I'm doing this immediately after doing the last part. Off screen, I just did all the customization stuff, so I maxed out the Arbalisk, I got these ones up, and I got their weapons up, and, yeah. So, and I also maxed out the Denon and, this one. So, cost a lot of money. I also went through a lot of skill programs and stuff like that, just trying to get parameters up. So I haven't gone to the factory yet, because there's a bunch of cutscenes, I want to make sure to get them. Congratulations on becoming an ace pilot, Clouseau. I'm sure you worked very hard to get to this point. You really didn't have to do this, 9. I feel bad. There's no need to be modest. I got you this distillery. Whoa, is that? Yes, it's the entire box set of Anime World Masterpiece Collection. The whole series is included. Every dimension seems to have a series with a similar premise, but they all have subtle differences that I'm sure you'll be able to appreciate. I'm scared to ask, but how'd you know I like anime? My information network is fairly extensive. You can rest easy. I respect your privacy, so I promise I won't tell anyone about what you watch in your spare time. I really appreciate it. Alright, I trust you, 9. I'm really going to enjoy digging into this. Thanks for getting me this. It really made my day. Thank you for that wonderful smile of yours. I don't get that reference at all. In the entire anime series, he doesn't mention anime once. I assume it's a thing from the books. But he's like normally a really, really serious dude. So that's the joke, I assume. Congratulations on becoming an ace pilot now. I'm sure you worked very hard to get to this point. Thanks, 9. It feels great to be one, but level with me here. Do I get anything special for it? I figured you might ask that, so I made sure to bring you some beer to celebrate. It's my 9. Awesome, thanks. You know me really well anymore. Does beer really taste that good? I bet it does. It's the best. Between you and me watching your beer, you drink beer makes me wish I was human so I could enjoy it with you too. But like I said, beer's great and all, but you hardly need to have it a good time or a good life in general. Just watch me and you'll see soon enough. Alright, I'll take you up on that offer. I like your style, 9. It's cute. I love it. I'm going to enjoy taking you under my wing. She had an entire episode where she got super fucking drunk and cussed out Tessa, and they ended up getting a fight about it. Congratulations on becoming an ace pilot, Karis. I'm sure you worked very hard to get to this point. Thanks, 9. It's nice of you to put all of this on for me. I know it doesn't really make us even, but if you want to know anything, I'll tell you all about it. Well, there is, but it's about men and women, isn't it? It's okay. I've heard from a lot of people that you're very interested in relationships. Yes, but not from your lecherous perspective. Oh, come on. Is that really thinking of me? They call me the love sniper for a reason. I know all there is to know about love and then some. What I want to know about is romantic love specifically. I have no interest in flirting. If you keep pushing your luck right now, I think I'll report you to Captain Testarossa and Lieutenant Clouseau, understand? Alright, I'll lay off. Anything but that. It's more like it now then. Instead of love, why don't you tell me about who you like most and why? It's so hard to choose, though. I like so many women. Could it be her? No. Her? Maybe? I think this conversation might be a waste of our time. Nothing you say will help me with my research. That's amazing. Congratulations on being an ace pilot, Sosuke. I'm sure you worked very hard to get to this point. So I'm an ace pilot now. Hard to believe. You almost sounded like you're unsatisfied. Why? I just don't feel like I'm all that special. I'm just a soldier. At the end of the day, I have my orders, and I try to get them done in one piece. That's all. It's very like you to keep things minimal and grounded. But I also know you're not being entirely truthful here. You do have your priorities, and your biggest one of them all is protecting Kaname as best as you can. It might not be an entirely logical mentality as a soldier, but I still find that to be an admirable thing. I've learned that there's more to being human than living and working completely rationally. That the beauty of humanity lies beyond that. I hope to see that from Sosuke. Congratulations on becoming an ace pilot, Captain Testarossa. I'm sure you worked very hard to get to this point. Thanks, 9. I kind of feel a little embarrassed being called an ace like that, though. It's not my style. Perhaps an alternative title is in order. Would goddess or queen suit you any better? What word did you even come up with those? Actually, that referring to you as an ace didn't sound quite right either, so I solicited some other options. Among the men in the squad, they're nearly even split between those in favor of goddess and those for queen. That's interesting. That's what they think of me? Given that the last thing we need is a fight to break out among our ranks over the matter, I was hoping you'd decide for yourself which is a better title for you. Can I say neither? I'm not a fan of either of them. Yes, that's perfectly fine. If that's the case, then we'll have to go with a third place choice, which is simply plain old Tessa. I'll go ahead and announce this development to the whole ship so we can finally move on from this long ordeal. 9, wait, don't do that. I'll take goddess or queen instead. Tessa's the only thing that's even worse. So I thought she was, just from playing this game, I thought Tessa was like a really serious character. Turns out she's not. She's kind of like, she is serious, but she's also like typical anime, like, oh my god, how could you say that type girl. It's really weird. She's also madly in love with Sosuke right up until like halfway through second raid, where she like explodes on him, and they kind of have a little bit of falling out, but they make up at the end of the season. But she no longer is a love interest. She was for like the first and second season, and then second raid it just kind of fell apart. I knew things felt a little crazy, but wow, yeah, it still isn't sunk in for another dimension. Is that what it is? What it is? Just gotta make the most of it, right? I mean, we actually get to see the sea again. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Sosuke, you gotta admit, I'm not exactly used to agreeing so quickly with me there. It's a waste of time to argue given the situation. Sosuke, it's not your fault, Kaname, really. I'm the one who's sorry. I was trying to protect you and failed big time. Now you have it. I'm still here, aren't I? This might not be home, but I still know you do everything you can to keep me safe. So, that's Kaname Chidori. I want to read you something, because I did briefly start the Full Metal Panic visual novel. I started reading the prologue. Pay attention, Sosuke. In contrast to the after-school ruckus, Kaname Chidori spoke decidedly seriously. A strong-willed girl, her black hair reached her hips and was held in place by a neat red ribbon. Her black hair. Her black hair. And you may be thinking, Nick, oh, it must be a difference between the visual novel and the anime. Yeah, I thought so too. Until I saw the cover of the visual novel, and lo and behold, we got Sosuke Sagara and some blue-haired woman next to him. If I remember, I'll put the picture in. I'm not going to remember, but just Google it. So, very confusing. But, okay. That does get rid of one of my complaints. There's a moment in Season 1 where somebody's trying to abduct her, and someone just says, like, it's the girl with the long hair. And I remember thinking, like, why not just be like the girl with the blue hair? Everyone else has normal hair in the fucking anime. You still haven't. I'm still here, aren't I? I might not be home, but I know you'll do everything you can to help keep me safe. Of course, I'll never give up on you. That's more like you. You sound better now, Sosuke. This is mostly just me trying to go with the flow now. I'll cross any bridge when they come. It's like Kaname's attitude is starting to rub off on you a little bit. Maybe. You could be right. Now you've got me curious. I'd love to hear more about such intimate details of your lives. That's none of your business, Karas. I'm not sure what you even mean when you put it like that. I don't know. That's why you should tell me. I'd like to know these intimate details as well. Who are you, little lady? I am 9. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Yeah, likewise. Nice to meet you, too. Actually, how did you even sneak on board? I know we've surfaced, but we're still in transit. I'm an android. Does that answer suffice? An android, you? Appears there was a mistake to attempt to contact you all prior to being properly introduced. Forgive my intrusion. I should leave you to your conversation. What just happened? First we ran into dragons, now we need an android. This is one crazy world to find ourselves in. That's another thing that kind of bothers me. Kaname is a gigantic hothead. Like, she's super quick to anger, and I did not get that from this game. So, in between the interval, I raised the stats of Mito and Chitose, so I could get the requirements for these two. So I have another CQB supporter, another gunfight supporter, which is awesome. And then I don't really need anything else. So I'm going to go to power parts. Let's go to the Arbalest. I'm going to give it... So I already gave him the range extender. I took it from the Quant. I'm going to give him the CQB supporter to increase his movement even more. And then I might give him the turbo penetrator as well. But that... Yeah, so I'm going to give him that. And then... So now he's a bit souped up. Now, the reason I did this is that his weapons are kind of... Like, he has a pretty... how do I put it? He has a pretty low cap on the damage of his weapons, which is part of the reason I didn't use them that much. The reason for this, like I sort of explained in the other one, was that his, the Lambda Driver is like a really overpowered, ability. So I tried to increase his focus as much as I could. I'm going to leave it with Mito for now, because I know... Actually, I might swap something. I might take... Let me think about this. I might take something off of the Arbalest. I got the range extender, the turbo penetrator, because the range on his weapons isn't super great either. I might take the turbo penetrator off and swap it with Mito's focus thing. What was it? The bronze emblem? No, he was one of the emblems, wasn't he? He had something here that increased his focus. I don't know what it was. Let's leave it for now. It was the soldier's medallion. I think if I get another focus increasing thing, I'll give it to the Arbalest, but for now, I'll leave it at that. I'm just going to give them random stuff I found, just to try and give them a better chance. Because I do intend to use them more. World of Victory Circuits, Barrier Field. I'll probably use them more than Tri-Bomber, actually. And then... I don't even know what to give them. Repellent tank, maybe? Okay. Yeah, I'm running out of stuff to give. I don't have enough good stuff. For Tessa, I'm going to give her the A adapter, which makes it so... So let me just show it off what happens if I don't do this. So her movement in air is C, on the ground is D, water is S, and space is A. So she really can't move that well. I think the A adapter means that the ship can move better. Because it's a submarine. It's not meant to go outside of water. So I'm going to try and fix that. I don't know if that'll do it, but I hope so. Gold emblem doubles money. Portable 9 increases SP. I'm going to leave that for now. Just because I just lack enough parts. So 10 minutes in, whole point of me doing that off screen was to save time. Did not work. So that's good. I don't think I've saved yet either. I gotta make another new save. Damn it. Yeah, so... Okay. That was your introduction to Film and Panic. I forgot to mention this last time. At the very end, when they were in, like, the prison, and she was, like, explaining to Angelise that she was a Norma, and she, like, screams when they said they were doing a physical examination. I think it's worth noting that Commander Jill has, like, a robotic arm, or, like, think like Automail from Fullmetal Alchemist, because she lost her arm earlier in the series. Or, I guess later, because they explain it later. But earlier, before... Anyway. She fucking... It's very heavily implied she just shoves that right up Angelise. Like, either her lady bits or her butt. And I, like... The first episode literally ends with Angelise chained to a table. Jill behind her, holding her, like, robot fist, and then just, like, sort of shoving, and then, like, the camera cuts so you can't really see what's happening. And she screams in the end of the episode. For no reason, really. Like, they didn't have to show that. It's not brought up later in the series again. Like, I finally understand what happened, so we really are in another dimension. There are others who have met the same fate as you. Most of them seem to have come from different Earths than the one you know. Tessa, what are you going to do now? Take Captain Hoshino up on our offer. Are you sure? As I mentioned earlier, Mithril is a mercenary group of sorts, so for the time being, I think we secure the peace, resupply, and obtain info while we're in the employ of the Disco Squad. Understood. Leave the requisite formalities to me. I'll explain the situation as well as I am able, but please feel free to veto anything that doesn't sit right with you. Thank you very much. I always find it reassuring when people are able to say that as smoothly as you just did. That the tactical advisor in you and speaking? Yeah, something like that. As a whisper, Tessa wanted me to hear the situation at hand. As a high school student like me, hardly deserves the title of tactical advisor. Totally glossed over that. Whisper just means that for some reason these people have really intimate knowledge about, like, military stuff. Like, Tessa has really, really intimate knowledge of, like, submarines and how they work and stuff like that, which is why she's the captain of one. Chidori, as far as I know, has it on, like, military type weapons and stuff like that, and they haven't gone too deep into it in the anime, but it's like they're highly sought after targets because for obvious reasons, because the whole world is like in an arms race. And there's one other, which is Tessa's brother, who's going to come into this game later, and they can, like, telepathically communicate with each other. It happens like 3 times in the series, but that's it. It's like, it sounds ridiculous, but they, like, barely bring it up, other than it's what makes them a high value target, and they have really extensive knowledge about the stuff without ever having learned it. For now, I'll accompany you to Arsenal. That's a place unknown to us, the base of the people fighting that huge creature. Add one Captain Cutie to one Captain Beauty, and you're left with a world that ain't half bad for a pilot. Hey, keep your hands off, Marie. You creep. Keep your hands off Marie, you creep. Your behavior is far from appropriate for a first meeting. It's fine, Ryuko. At least he's showering us with praise. That kind of phrase you're getting ain't nothing to be smiling about, Chitose. No, he should know better than to treat a lady that way. But I guess it doesn't mean he's a bad guy. Well, I don't know how long I'll be here, but nice meeting you, comrades. Save the greeting until after Mithril officially contracts in the Desco. While our group and its missions are of another dimension, there are some things we cannot share. We're all aware of the circumstances. Don't worry about that. I'm Lieutenant Belfingun Clouseau, the Tuatha De Danann Special Response Team SRT Commander. Sergeant Major Melissa Mao. Oh, she wasn't Sergeant Major before. I think she became a lieutenant in Invisible Victory. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Pleasure is all ours. Our Sergeant Major, Captain, and Tactical Advisor are really something special, aren't they? Adesco's Captain Rui is pretty young, but your world also has a chair of young soldiers. These kids are a bit special, just be sure. There's something I have to say to Streak's Longhair over there. I'll never forgive anyone who messes with Tessa or Kaname. Got it. Bravo, I thought it'd be up to me to keep these full lines, but looks like I've got some help. That's why Ryuko knows me better than anyone else. I'm Sergeant Kurz Weber. All you ladies can trust me with anything. That guy would be the same no matter what dimension you put him in. Alright, Sosuke, you're up. Sergeant Sosuke Sagura. Pleasure to meet you. Never mind me. Lay a hand on Kaname and you'll have to answer to Sosuke here. Good to know. I see, so that's how it is. You don't deny it? It's my duty to protect her, that much is true. Well, be that as it may, you can at least try to put a romantic twist on it in front of Kaname. Well, he's as gloomy as he looks. Well, nice meeting you. So you guys also use Gundams? Sort of. We're kind of inherited that one. But you know, it's really surprising to see Gundams in this world. It appears that our world isn't the only one that has them. Were you the one piloting that Gundam? Yeah. I'm Tobia Aranix, pilot of the Gundam nonsense. Welcome to Arsenal. I'm the commander, Commander Jill. I'm Captain Ruri Hoshino of Nadesco B. Thank you for cooperating. It must really be something to lead the unit at such a young age, not to mention having a celestial being with you. We've learned much of the outside world. Naturally, everyone here is from the outside. Anyway, everyone here is a Norma. I thought so. No fooling celestial being. I suppose, of course, you'd know about this place. To an extent, yes. Well, I'll explain it again. Simply put, the Normas discovered in the founding nations have all been relocated here. Even Imperial Princess Angelis is a resident here. Why was this place created? You've been counting them, right, haven't you? The dragons we fight. So they've been appearing for a long time now? Indeed they have. Those giant beings cross time and space to get here. Fighting and killing the dragons is the duty of Arsenal and the Normas. Normas are only permitted to inhabit this world as a weapon to use to kill dragons. Dragons are the organization that fights them. So the battlefield is limited to celestial being has insofar taken a wait-and-see approach. Never imagine the Norma connection. Point in time and space appears to be unstable. When they appear here, they always create a gateway to another world. That's why the space is established here. All of the Norma born in the founding nations are gathered in this place. It's hard to imagine there may be people inhabiting this one base. Not as hard as you think. Most of us end up dying. That's what happens when we fight dragons. Not even Veda was able to figure that out. This place is completely cut off from the outside world. If you assume the drones were guarding the secret, things get even more interesting. Got my doubts, oh? I understand why you'd want to hide their existence from the public, but when it comes to defending mankind, would an organization like the Federation be preferable to a small fighting force? I don't have the answer to that question. Everything was decided by the founding nations. Isn't that right, Inspector General? Yes, the Federation government acknowledges this as well. Forgive me for not introducing myself. I'm Inspector General Emma Bronson, a monitor dispatched by the founding nations. She's basically their spy, sort of, where she's the only one who can use mana, and she's like technically under her command, but also sort of on her own. She's also a little bit racist because she can use mana. It's not racist. I mean, they're all the same race. That's the whole point. It's like, oh, it's so dumb. Why are you discriminating? It's like they kind of the whole message is like, you know, we're not so different. It's like, no shit. Dragon attacks have been particularly intense lately. Our losses are equal intense. So basically, they explained it pretty well. Like it's weird. I didn't knew next to nothing when I watched Full Metal Panic after playing this game, but I knew most of the plot of Cross Ange. They explained it pretty well in this game. Assemble. You're getting a new recruit. Let me assure you, it's a good one. You don't mean the princess, do you? Isn't it a little early for her to be assigned? She's only arrived 3 days ago. Make an exception. She's to get preferential treatment with everything. I prefer not to, really. Why aren't you stubborn? Let's introduce ourselves. Welcome to Cursed First Squadron. Captain Zola. Cash rules all here. Buy equipment with the money you earn and pay your way out of trouble if you break the rules. If you want to survive, do whatever it takes to earn money. I have no intention of lowering myself to that level. You really are stubborn. Officer Celia, and just the others. Yes, ma'am. First Squadron Executive Officer Celia. You're Vivian, the Charge Attack Trooper. Hilda. Light Gunner Rosalie. Heavy Gunners Chris and Ursha. These things, are they all Normas? These things. We are Normas. We treat like objects by this amateur? Yes, we're all Normas like you. Let's be friends. No, I am Princess... most definitely am not a Norma. You can't use mana, can you? Only because the light of mana doesn't reach here. It's another story of a return to the Empire. Ha 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 ha. Wow, Commander, some treat you gave us. This defect has no idea what's going on. We're just going to let this defect boss us around? Ouch, that hurt. That really hurt. You're the defects. Know your place, fallen princess. Okay, everyone, that's enough. Should we tie this ugly piece of garbage up while we still can? She's not all that ugly. No, in fact, she's very beautiful. Oh, come on, quit it, Coco. Hey, play nice with our new recruit. We're all Normas after all, so you've already lowered me to your level. What are you going to make me do? Told you, didn't I? We fight dragons. You did very well in the simulator. That will be of use when you're in actual combat. So the first 5 minutes of the show, Angelis is playing like this weird... The only way I can describe it is like lacrosse, but on these like weird floating bikes. So it's like... Think Quidditch if you had like a... Instead of the brooms, it was like a weird like floating scooter. And also, instead of Quidditch, it's like blatantly just lacrosse. It's a terrible analogy, but it's like hard to explain. So like she kind of had experience, and she was really good at it. Of course she was. She's the main character. But she was really good at it, and so when she like did the simulations for like piloting the paramails and the mechs, she was surprisingly good at it. Because it resembled Aria. Trust me, I know. You're more than just a pretty little princess. Try to stay alive. I'll shower you with affection if you do. Affection? Pleasures you never knew existed. Captain, I think when she said that, she groped Angelis. Yeah, Zola's a fucking rapist, by the way. Just like going up and groping, literally grabbing people by the pussy. I forget you're too serious to discuss that sort of thing. Well, do your best, Ange, and prove your worth. You'll be paid for it, and that will allow you to live. What is it? I know it's tough. Let's do our best as a team. It's Coco. I'm Miranda. We're assigned here a day earlier. Well, so what? Try to get along as fellow recruits. They kind of fudge it a little bit, but in the anime, Angelis was there for like maybe a week, 2 weeks before she actually had to fight dragons, and she like slowly met these two. But do you disapprove? My name is Angelis. Okay, Angelis it is. This is bad. Battle deployment arm. Dragons. Perfect. And Miranda, Coco, this will be your first battle. First battle. You were assigned here because you could fight. End discussion. Hey, Celia. Quiz time. Which recruit will be the first to die? It's our duty to train people to avoid dying, you know. Good point. heck is going on? So this is like a sub-scenario, sort of. Nothing in it matters. All you need to stand by in assault mode. I'm in command. Captain Zola will wait in the rear with the recruits. You only held out, but Rosalie and Chris. All three of you worship the captain. Well, just don't get the fallen princess. Why is she here? Captain's orders. Whatever, she talks big. Now I'll find out if she can back it up. I doubt she'll do more than wet herself. Talking about your first battle, Rosalie? I'm not talking. The enemy is approaching. Yeah, when I said this anime was graphic, it was. Like, I think maybe they reference her wetting herself during her first battle, Rosalie. And you actually see two different other people wet themselves during the battle. That's weird. It's just excessive. We're not having outsiders help. The captain refused. Didn't want to rely on outsiders. It's Arsenal's strongest squad captain. So cool. Trying to sell your name. The enemies are Schooner class. Should be a piece of cake. I guess that means we can do whatever. Ange. It's natural. You've never seen one up close before. But like I've said, Ange, here the commander's orders are law. And desertion is punishable by death. I'm not asking much. Just focus on protecting yourself back there. All units attack. Follow me. Charge. So there's no SR points because it's not a real thing. Quick overview. That's Chris. And that's Hilda. And that's Rosalie. They're like the three cliquey girls who are like bad. The three of them are also in a four-way lesbian relationship with Captain Zola. Honestly, couldn't make this shit up. Like, their introduction to Zola has like a very like hedonistic room where it's like got like a hot tub, like, and a really big bed and like shit. It literally looks like a fucking pleasure palace. This is Ange. I don't know what paramill she's using, because that is not the one that she normally had. Okay. Alright. I think you only have to do this for one turn, so I'm just going to try and get through it as much as possible. I'm going to skip around all this shit, because none of this matters. Because it's not a real scenario. I'm going to leave Ange. I'm going to keep it faithful to the anime. So all of these have a couple weapons. They have regular like guns and shit, and they have freeze bullets. That's Ursha. Think of her as like the really nice archetype, I guess. Like you've seen anime, you know how she acts. This is Salia. She's in love with Jill, because she's been at Arsenal and looked up to her the whole time. Gets very jealous as the anime goes on. That's all I'll say for now. What's interesting about this is that I don't have to explain the entire anime, because it literally all happens during this game. And so I don't want to spoil too much ahead of time. This is Vivian. I didn't like her too much in this game, but she's pretty fucking funny in the anime. I liked her a lot. And then we have Princess Ange. You're not supposed to get a kill with Ange. It can happen, but you're not supposed to, because she doesn't. That's okay. Hopefully no one's going to go down. Permadeath doesn't exist, and I think every dragon targets a different person, specifically so that you don't end up in a situation where anyone dies. Except that. Interesting. Alright, well, and zero in. Hopefully dodged that shit. I'd prefer if nobody died here, but shit happens. Any kills here do go towards the pilot's score, but like I said, it's not required. All the paramills are pretty fast, too. They're all pretty good at dodging, which is nice. Oh, is it really another turn? Shit, I thought it was only one turn. Right. Easy peasy. Or should be. So I don't think I aced any of these pilots, because I hadn't heard of this anime before I started playing this game. So the only one I used was Ange, who is honestly one of the best units in the game. Her mech gets a lot of attacks. She has a lot of mobility. She has a decent amount of damage. But that's about it. Like, I used Sally a little bit in the beginning. I didn't use anyone else. There's like a lot of mechs to choose from, and they have like... Think of them all as like tri-bombers or guard divers. Like, they're good. They're fun to use, but it's like they're not necessary. Captain, so you survived, Ange. Your eyes, you felt the exhilaration of battle. The what? Whether it's blowing away an iron arm, it stirs you an instinctual lust for battle. That's what it means to be a Norma. You fight, Ange. You fight to burn away your discontent. You've been frustrated enough to shatter the hypocritical world of yours. Silence, I'm not a Norm. Watch out, a big one is coming. Galleon class, no! Where are you going, Ange? So in Ange's first battle, she just dips. She just tries to like go back to the mainland, like immediately. Going back to the Mitsurugi Empire. You idiot, that Paramount only has enough fuel for battle. Leave her, we've got dragons to worry about. Ange, wait, Coco. Coco really liked Ange, so she tried to follow her. Please take me with you. How could you say that, Coco? I want to be with Angela's country with her. Yeah, that is not what fucking happened in the anime. In the anime, because they're in like rider modes, like all of their mechs have like a kind of like a ride mode, so they kind of look like, think of them as like futuristic bikes, and then they turn into the like, you know, humanoid ways. They were all trying to like go out in rider mode. A dragon comes over, fucking bisects her, literally cuts her in half, and it's disgusting. They edited that, and then I forget how that one does too. I think it was like similar, where she was like ripped apart or something. It was fucking gruesome. So, and as she's trying to run away, Zola comes over here. I think Ange tries to attack her, or like lashes out. The dragon attacks both of them. Zola gets murdered. Ange crash lands on like some rocks. Zola is literally dead above her, just fucking pouring blood on her. It was very gruesome. Then a couple days later, you're finally awake. Was it all a dream? If only that were true. Who are you? I'm Maggie, the Arsenal's military doctor. You've been asleep for 3 days now, I see. 4 paramount units damaged and 3 male riders dead. The remains of 2 recruits have not been recovered. We even failed to kill the dragons. All of that is because you deserted us. How does it feel, Princess? You miraculously made it out with a few scratches. Zola's death was a sloppy mess. Hilda and Rosalie are calling you a murderer. They did really like her. Murderer, but Normas aren't human. This one might be beyond saving. You can move, right? Come with me. Where are we going? You have a duty to perform. 3 graves at once. I feel bad for rushing you, Jasmine. It's fine. This is my duty on the Arsenal when I'm not doing business. And better to mourn now than later. You're here to carry 3 tombstones, Ange, huh? The survivors build the tombs of the fallen with their own money. So you don't forget your responsibility. Don't worry, you can pay the rest later. Zola Axberg, Coco Reeve, Miranda Campbell. They all had fine names. Daughters of Arsenal. Their names are returned when they die. Their real names their parents gave them. Zola, while she was a little quick to violence, she looked out for her comrades. And was a rapist! Zola was literally awful. I'm glad she died. The 2 girls sucked. What's gonna happen now? What am I supposed to do? Fight and kill dragons. That's it. What is a dragon anyway? Why do I have to kill them? I've gone over this already. You're a weapon that kills dragons. That's how us normals are allowed to live. Why? The world has soldiers. Why us? Supposed to somebody up there likes watching the dragons and us kill each other. That's not that far from the truth, and I think Jill knew that when she said it. That's why we've been left here on Arsenal to fight a war that nobody knows about. The Normas died to protect the shallow world you call home. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything. Now it's your turn. No way. Can't I at least use little mana? It's deemed perfectly acceptable by people outside of the founding nations. Why is this absurdity forced on Normans? You should know best, being a founding nations leader. You're only here because of your own rules. It's absurd, that for sure. Coco's barely 12 years old. Only 12. Same age as my sister, Sylvia. No, she's nothing like Sylvia. She's not. Normans aren't human. What does that make you? You're no princess, have no mana, perform no duties. Who are you to desert us in battle, send 2 young comrades to die in early grave? I'm... Dragons incoming. Stand, Ange. Fight. I'm brain dead? This world is unfair and unreasonable. Your only choice is life or death. Kill them and avenge your comrades. Or die. The choice is yours. Then please kill me. This is just too hard to bear. No. Fight and die like they did. That's your duty. Simple, really. If death is what you seek, we'll prepare the perfect coffin for you. So half an hour in, we can start the first mission. Oh my god, it gets so long. Okay. We'll use, the big boys. I want to get that fucking combo attack off. Let's see. We use Tri-Bomber. And then... Oh, so you can choose to use the what do you call them? You can choose to use the Arsenal robots, so I'll do that. It's finally time to ask the outsiders for help. We don't really have a choice. We lost a lot of Arsenal's firepower in the previous battle. We even lost Zola thanks to that damn fallen princess, but inviting outsiders to sign the command is touch, though I see it's a great opportunity for me. We're finally going to fight dragons. Are we going to fight the enemy here? It would make for quite a crazy unit. A mixed force of from 3 dimensions and some of those paramount weapons. It's Tierra's decision. Those units aren't anything like our mobile suits. They seem to have been built without tech systems. My investigation has revealed to me that my X1 Hathaway's Gundam used the same tech systems. That must mean that Hathaway came from our world's past. What's wrong, Tobia? No, it's nothing. Everything is okay. Superfluous preconceptions must be tossed aside. The person before me is Hathaway Noah. I think I better talk to Shosei when this battle is over. Radar response. Here they come. It's ridiculous. This response includes mobile suits from our world. What? There. More Gundams. I don't care. It's Judao and... who cares? Fuck off. Clear map with 4 turns. Also, Ruri, Sumeragi, and Tessa each defeat at least 2 enemy units. Ah, that's gonna suck. Alright. So I have to... This actually sucks. Clear map with the 4 turns. Defeat at least 2 units. Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna do a hard save. I'm not saying that the big ships are weak, because they're not. But they're not overpowered. So first thing... Alright. First thing first. I'm gonna move them back. I don't want the Gundams in this fight at all. Which one is this? Who is this? Kurz? Okay. So move Kurz. I want to try and get them closer to each other. Move Kurz up here. Oh my god, he can still attack? That's awesome. Let's see if I can kill this one now. Okay, I've seen this attack already. Holy shit, he actually took him out. Awesome. It's totally worth investing in Kurz. And he can move super far. So I'm going to put him here. I want to try and get their combo attack. I think this works. I think if I have all 3 of them right here, then any of them can do the combo attack. I just don't know if their focus is high enough to do it. Let's look at the stats. The weapon... what does it say? Oh, cool. They can do it right off the bat. I just want to see what that attack is, because I didn't do that my entire playthrough. Alright, we'll put might gain here. I don't know what the fuck this is. Put that in the ship. Put the paramils in the ship. I guess I'll leave the Quan out. The Quan's not terribly weak. I'll use Fairy Breath. Move that back in there. Move that up. Move that up. Move it a little further up too. The Danon cannot move that far, but it's got a really long range, so I should be okay with that. And I'll move the thing right there too. That's the first turn down. I have 4 turns to kill all enemies. Also, I don't want to... I want them to come closer, but not so close that they attack and then die. So I'm actually going to leave... Oh shit, I was actually going to defend so that one wouldn't have been eviscerated. I hate this one. This is going to suck. Alright. I don't know if... I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Okay. So I can definitely kill one with the Danons. That's good. I'll try and go for a far one. I don't have anything... Oh, yes, I do. I can analyze it. So analyze... let me read the command. Analyze increases damage dealt to one enemy by 10% for 1 turn and decreases damage by 10%. So it's really good to use against bosses, especially if you're going to attack them with like 20 different units. But other than that, it's not that important. Alright, here we go. Give me that kill. I need 2 kills. Shit. You ever just fire missiles at a dragon? You know, shit happens. Did I kill it? Yes. Nice. And then I'm going to move forward so that it'll be easy to get another attack. And then, can I attack with you? No. I did not need to use Fairy Breath again. That was dumb. Okay. So, let me look at her attacks. So, she can use... She can't use any of them. Damn it. Okay. The only thing I can do is move it up. And then... This can attack, so that's good. GN Cannon. Let's activate Trans Am. And then hope for the best here. Okay, so I got that kill. And the Quant's going. I can't use my goddamn combo attack because they're all so far away. Okay, I'm going to move everyone up slightly. My goal here is to not destroy everyone in sight. Because I have to leave some for the big ships, which is hard. Okay, I can finally use this combo attack. Let's see how it works.
存在は理解できなくても撃破はできる。
パーティーを始めるわよ。いい？
準備よし。問題なし。
オーケー。ブレイク。
さて。
This is actually cool because they actually team up to attack multiple attack enemies a lot in the show, so it makes sense they would have a combo attack.
あずさん。
ダンスの相手にしちゃダサいわね。
いただき。
まだまだパーティーは終わらないよ。
締めはこいつだ。
Dope. I don't know if it's worth like going out of my way to do that combo attack, but it's cool. The other thing about combo attacks is that they usually, I can check to see if that's true. What they usually do is they take less energy than normal attacks too. Yeah, so like even though the Lambda Strike does more damage. Oh wow, I actually just watched the damage of that go up, I think, because his focus went up. That's cool. Okay. I'm honestly just gonna wait. Well, I'm gonna defend. I need at least a couple enemies just in the range. This is why I don't like missions like this, because it forces me to like play worse. Okay, so because the Full Metal Panic mechs technically are like weaker than the others, they're harder to hit, but they're weaker. Enemies will typically go for them first. The AI in this game, in theory, is kind of strong, where they like to go for the weaker enemies, and they like to focus on one enemy till it's destroyed. Sometimes. I can definitely let some of these go, but I'm making like quadruple tuple sure that I get the kills I need. I can't do anything here. Oh, we get the Ange part. I forgot about this. Jill, preparations are in order, so we're sending her out there. Really? Yes. What are you talking about? This is your unit. Looks pretty old. A decrepit engine and insane energy restraints. This piece of junk could fall apart at any moment. Isn't it perfect for someone with a death wish? His name is Vilkas. Vilkas! I can die in this thing and become Angelis again. A final act of mercy. I return this to you before you die. The ring my mother gave me. Go and fight. You'll soon have your Angelis back. Yeah, fun fact about the Vilkas. It's can only be piloted by someone of royalty. So it's almost like Jill wasn't sending her to die, but knew. These monsters are actually capable of strategic combat. Oh no, they're approaching Arsenal. Something is coming. That Paramail. So that's it, and it's like biker mode. Fallen Princess, what is she doing? She's dead. I will avenge my sisters. Hold on, it looks like she came here to die. Huh? Should be entertaining. The death of our fallen princess. Whoa, what's that unit? Salia, that Paramail. Exciting, isn't it? That. Why did she give that to Ange, Jill? Soon I can say goodbye. She dodged it. Was that reflexes? No, that was instinct. It's no use. One more time. What is she doing? This is bad. I need to die. What are you talking about? I keep saying you want to die, but your actions say otherwise. That's why your body keeps moving. I guess I want to live. I can see it. Your instincts are choosing life, but it's only natural. Those who are alive don't easily throw their own lives away. All the Gundams activate their weird things. The will of the Gundam pilot. I sense life. I want to live. I will live. That's what I want. My mother's dying words. Live on, Angelis. Ah! Lucas is awakened. Whoa. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. You're the one who died this time? I will live no matter what I have to do. There's those anime protagonist skills kicking in, where you just instantly know how to do everything you're supposed to. I did it. What was that? Way to go, Ange. She's such a powerful life force. Is she an innovator? Could be. Enemies seem shaken. They're out of options. Attack with everything you've got. Ange, I want to live. I will fight to live. Also, the theme for the Vilkas and for all of the what do you call it? Cross Ange mechs. This theme is fucking awesome. Alright. Let's see. So first things, I can do Gravity Blast. I can take 3 of them out, but I also risk the chance of hitting the Arbalist, but that's fine. So I'm going to use Smash Hit, so it guarantees a critical hit. I'm going to use Gravity Blast and take 4 of these dudes out. Here we go. Alright, so that's 2 with the Nadesco. I need 1 more with the Danon, 1 more with the other one. And then I can just go buck wild. Use a cruise missile again. We're going to target one of the smaller ones. I'll target this one since it's kind of off this side. Okay, that's the Danon. All set. Cannot move on land yet. That's annoying. Okay, where's this one? I can attack from here. Let's attack this one. Hopefully it kills. Got it. Alright. So now I just need to kill everyone else. Easy peasy. Let's use the Lambda drive. I'm trying to get a good close-up of the Arbalist. It just, like, doesn't exist. Usually, for the anime, usually for, like, the main protagonist, they'll give you, like, a real close-up of the mech, but they just haven't given one to me here. One really cool thing about the Arbalist is that it's like got a slot for the knife in front of its mouth. It rarely does it, but it will use it occasionally. It's pretty cool when it does. That does so much damage. I was using the Arbalist completely wrong in my first playthrough. It's actually a really powerful mech. We're gonna use Airstrike again. I'll skip it this time. Gonna use Airstrike again. I'm gonna skip it this time too. This is where combo attacks really come in handy. Oh, he has Move and Fire too. It's when you're like, when you've got multiple enemies around you and you can just fire off those super powerful attacks. These 2 units aren't as strong, but because they all share, like the attack is like pooled, they deal extra damage to it. Alright, let's send some of the others out. I can smash hit the Bang Ray. Probably kill the bigger dragon. Actually, do I have charge? I do. Let's use that. I haven't used any Spirit Commands in this game. I'll try and kill this one way out there. It's a smash hit, so I should be able to. Yep. I want to use the Vilcus too, though. I don't know if I'm close enough. Yeah, so she starts off with 3 attacks too, but she gets more as she goes along. You zero in. Mother, I'm still alive. Princess Angelis is dead, but I'm still alive. Oh, we already saw this attack. Oh, I forgot. The Bang Ray has the like wait strategy. So if I don't move, and if I don't move for 1 turn, if I go to attack the next turn, then I can move again. I forgot about that. Alright. Let's mop this one up. Hopefully the next match, or the next mission will go a little faster, but I don't think it will. Because I think the next mission is one of the route splits. It's one of the times where they like make you choose. They make you choose. Basically, the team splits up, and you have to choose who you go with. Give me that SR point. Yeah. Destruction of enemy organisms confirmed. So we won, thanks to her improvisation. That's Angelis Ikurugami Tsurugi. No, that's not the princess over there. I've never felt the sensation. So exhilarating. No, this isn't like me. Killing me because I want to live. So dirty, so despicable, so selfish. That's Norman. That's me. That means... Oh, that actually is the Norma hangar. That's pretty cool. Judo, everyone. Gundam. Excite. The suits we're using our world. Oh, so this is the other thing where... technically the Gundams happened in the first universe, but the universe that they're from is like 100 years behind, if that makes sense. So it's not so much time travel as it just is like, or I guess their universe was 100 years more advanced. So like it's dumb. That's the way to put it. Basically, it's not time travel, but they're meeting alternate versions of this people that were in their histories. That's how they know about Gundam. Honestly, I don't know why they included this point. It was point. I don't. It just confuses things. You seem bothered by the resemblance of our Gundam to those of your world. Who are you? Kanai Chidori. I'm basically the Danan's technical advisor. Not even with a real title. Getting back to the Gundam topic, you seem to think Juda's team's Gundams are the foundation of yours. I only think the technology of your Gundams influence the Gundams of our world. What does that mean? Sorry, just my intuition speaking. But it's the best I've come up with. That's actually pretty true. Oh. Goodbye, father, mother, brothers, and Sylvia. As I cut my hair, I leave everything behind me. All that I have left is a song my mother taught me. This song is weirdly hyped too. This isn't one of the themes, it's important to the story. General story of the song protects us, shows the way. Mother, I have nothing left, I don't need anything. My name, nothing. Coco Miranda, Captain, your deaths can't be in vain. I'll do whatever it takes to stay alive. I'll drink mud, I'll crawl through the dirt. I'll cough up blood. I will live. Kill to live. The HP of an ally drops below 20... Or the HP of any ally unit drops below 20%. Who the fuck let... Who did I let that happen to? Seriously, who the fuck almost died? Alright, so sub-scenarios are about to be unlocked. First off, I'm going to go straight for the Vilcus. We're going to customize the fuck out of it. I'm running out of money because I didn't anticipate customizing this much, but Vilcus is definitely pretty important. It's a really, really good unit, and it slowly gets better as the game goes on. I don't have anything to add to it at this moment, though, and I should, because it's a really good unit. I guess I can take Nine's encouragement from give it bravery, then I'll give it gold emblem, and then I don't know what else to give it. I wish I had something. Barrier field would be good, actually, because the Vilcus takes some hits. Like, let's look at the Vilcus. Its attacks are okay. Oh, look at what the fuck. So she gained more attacks, high mobility attack and charge, but she couldn't use them in the last fight for some reason. High mobility attack is their like strong one for a while. Well, she does enough damage, but I still need to give her the basics. Second attack, enhance attack. Probably save energy. Second attack. Focus I'm not that worried about. I might just buy another one. Yeah, okay. Parameters, I'll give her some skill ups. I am running out of attack points. I didn't think I would. Oh wow, I'm really low on them. Okay. And learn sport attack. Enhance attack, save energy, second attack. Fighter spirits. Focus attack, focus defense. Okay. Probably give her more. Oh, right. Parameters. I keep forgetting to do this. I'll give. So that's good. Currently have 13 out of 30 ace pilots. The more people we recruit and the more people that join again, the more ace pilots I'll have. Once I get 15, I'll get the iron emblem, which is pretty cool. Factory. Purchase. Congratulations on becoming an ace pilot, Ange. I'm sure you worked very hard to get to this point. She has literally killed like one dragon at this point in the story. I realize you used to be a princess, so I understand if you're not quite used to such a modest celebration. Nah, what are you saying? You don't have to apologize for anything. I'm just so happy. It makes me speechless. Really? Yeah, the thing about royal living is that it was all handed me on a platter. I didn't work for it. But this ace pilot title, I only got it because I got in a lot of time and work on the battlefield. The fact that you'd celebrate this moment with me means a lot. I just feel really content with myself. I doubt I'd be able to experience this if I was still a princess. I didn't realize this would mean so much to you. It really does, Nine. Thank you so much. This is the best present you could have ever given me. This is based on Ange, like, halfway through this game, where she has more character developments. Ours in the locker room. I've had it with that fallen princess. She's so annoying. You agree, don't you, Hilda? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna head back to my room. Hilda, leave her be, would you? Zola's death seems to have hit her the hardest. We will most definitely avenge her. We'll do it for Hilda, too. Is this vengeance against the dragons or vengeance against Ange? What the heck? Where did you come from? Rosalie, it's one of the outsiders. Please answer the question. Shut up. It's none of your business. This is my business. We are allies, after all. Allies. Don't make me laugh. I don't know if you can use mana or not, but I'm sure you can still see us as lowly cattle. I have no idea what the commander is thinking, but I have no intention of mixing with you. What she said. Humans that aren't human does not compute. Humans are more complicated than I thought. Racism, am I right? What did I get? I don't know what I unlocked. Might have been full armor coating. So I need 3 pilots for each level 4 of the special skill commander, which means I need to find 3 ship captains, get their levels up, which is the one I missed my first playthrough. I need someone to use resupply. I need 5 more enemies with a map weapon. That's going to be easier later on when there's more enemies and more people have map weapons. That's about all I'm missing. Okay. So I'm going to do the sub-scenario thing, because it's going to show the next part of the game, and then I'll probably end that. I know that was technically 2 scenarios, but I know it wasn't really. We're mostly done with the heavy exposition stuff for a little bit. We're definitely going to get back to it, because there's still some series they haven't introduced. Wait a minute. Something wrong, Princess? My uniform. It was in my locker, and now it's all chewed up. So what? Maybe some mice got to it. Mice, you say. I'll just take care of them. Ack. So, in the anime, Ange is a lot quieter, but you can't really pull that off in text like this. Basically, she opened her locker, and her uniform was shredded. She put it back on like it was normal, so she was like half naked. And that's how they introduced like the store mechanic in the anime, where they can like buy shit. Like that's the one like thing they can do, one freedom. But you don't. She doesn't show this point, but she took out a knife and cut the top of Rosalie's uniform, so her boobs came out. Isn't it crazy? Except the worst part about this anime is the blatant fan service. But it's like they never show nipple, so it's like I'm not a huge fan of fan service to begin with. But it's like it's just weird and like alien when they frequently try and show women like topless from like the side or stuff, but there's like always an angle obscuring, or even a couple times they literally like will show the full-on breast, but there's just no nipples. I'm just like, it's just weird. Like you're clearly censoring yourself, but going out of your way to show as much as possible. Like pick a lane. Hear me, no way in hell I'm letting you get away with this. Okay, it's fine. We all hear you. Just put down the knife. Ange, cut it out. Tisk. You seem a little on edge, Ange. No, I don't. It's these gnats buzzing around is all. Just a minute. What the heck are you calling a gnat? Wipe that look off your face. I'm human. You hear me? Obviously, you're a Norma. Ange. Alright, cool your jets. I know. How about a quiz? Can you guess what this is? The keychain looks like a pretty ugly bear. It's a lickety. Wait a minute, you don't know what a lickety is? Heard they were pretty popular back in the day. Here, it's all yours. Wait, what? Now we're matching. With you, me, and Hilda leading. We can just make some pretty sweet formations, so we'll just stop it. Hey, the lickety. I'll fight alone. Seriously, that was mean. Move. You pick up that keychain. Vivian said it was for you. Don't go sticking your nose in. I will, thank you very much. You did it right in front of me. Well, you two settle down. Nice deep breath. Seriously, though, Ange could totally rock short hair. Anyway. We can have some tea, do a little bonding, a nice little group date with the first squadron. Move, we got a run to do. Just wait a minute, you're supposed to scout with Rosalie and Chris. I'm going by myself, I don't want to get shot down by them. Oh, Ange, well there it is. No wonder she ticks off everyone else. We need to do something about them. I mean, think of how Rosalie and the others must feel. They miss Captain Zalis so much. Rapist. It's going to take a toll on the battlefield for sure, but if Ange kicks the bucket, Jill might give you the Vilcus. Who do you think she is? She's the worst. Could have sworn I told you, if you're going to do it without her finding out. But Hilda, it's fine though. What's that supposed to mean? I have a feeling we won't be seeing her again. So Rosalie and Chris, for like an episode, just do like a bunch of like petty pranks to Ange, like cutting up her uniform and stuff like that, like hazing. Hilda shoves her bra, I think she shoves her own, into the Vilcus's like exhaust, and during the next mission, the Vilcus just like fucking falls off and ends up plummeting into the ocean. So we're splitting up. We came to Area D in order to find the Martian successor's base. Because we couldn't find it, we're going to have to think of another move. Sounds about right. We still need to have a buffer against the dragons. So I'm thinking we keep half the force here and send the other half to Japan. I'm not saying it's good or bad news, but we've got more firepower from the irregulars, including the Danon. We're the one asking for help. We don't really have much of a choice. But the thing is, I understand. I'll give you my word not to reveal anything about Arsenal and the dragons. That's all I wanted to hear. Now, how about you tell us who's staying behind? Members of Celestial Being and Mithril will remain in Arsenal. Due in part to a request from Miss Noriaga. People are going to get antsy without an threat for a long time. Now could be our best chance. Just so happens the Celestial Being is staying here. Glad they picked up a few doubts out here. This could be a turning point for Libertas. Brave Express Corps, Tobia, Hathaway, and Judah will head to Japan in Desco B. What about the Vang Ray? Not sure. To be honest, Vang Ray and 9 provide a good amount of talent, tactical support. Alright then. So, this is one of the many... Actually, 1, 2... Alright, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 splits in this game. This is the first one. honestly, I hate this mechanic. It's basically their way of like, they have too much story, so you have to choose whose story you want to see. And it's frustrating. So, I think they do it amazingly in X. In Super Robot Wars X, they always have the same teams when they split up. It's the Gundams and then the people from Buddy Complex, and then everyone else goes the other way. So it's like the Brave Express, the Mazinger, Code Geass, the Cross Ange people. So I'm just like, I always pick that side because it was like that's where all the best mechs were, and I could avoid all the fucking Gundam shit. This one, they don't do that. So we have two choices. We can go stay in Arsenal, so that'll be the two Gundams, Full Metal Panic and Cross Ange. And then it looks like I didn't do this one last time. The other one is two new robots that we're gonna get. Three Gundams, so the ZZ Gundam, Hathaway's Flash, Crossbone Gundams, and then the Brave Express, and then the Nadesco. Honestly, this split fucking sucks because there's not. It's kind of like right down the middle. On one hand, at this point in the anime, Cross Ange is kind of annoying, so I don't really feel like I need to go there. On the other hand, I always tend to go with where the Might Gain goes because that was like the only one I like latched onto. But I've also watched Full Metal Panic now, so I kind of want to see more of their story. Let's see. I'm trying to look at these because it's for 3 scenarios, so it's likely going to be for a bit. You know what? I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go to Japan. I'm gonna go with the Might Gain. Sending it to Japan. Roger that. Your cooperation is much appreciated. Commander, what is it? It's the Vilkis. It's vanished on a scouting mission. Was she shot down? Not quite. From what we can tell, it was having some fuselage trouble before it fell. It seems it was operating alone. I want a search party organized ASAP. Guess the reserve's first job is to go out and find that girl. Vilkis did choose Ange as his pilot. I suppose I just have to grit and bear it. We needed to at least manage to get the Vilkis back. Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm totally gonna miss the introduction to Tusk. Tusk is Ange's love interest because they get. I didn't realize how often this happens in mech anime, but because it happens in Code Geass, it happens in Buddy Complex, and it happens in Cross Ange. But two love interests get stranded on an island, and their mechs don't work, and eventually they get off. It's ridiculous. I didn't realize it was a trope, but so what was I gonna say? Yeah, that's the intro to Ange's like love interest, who I thought was like a buffoon and like not really useful, but he's actually a pretty big part of the anime and one of my favorite characters. So I'm kind of disappointed I don't get to see his introduction. All right, so I'm gonna end the video here because we've gone a little bit long. I'm gonna try and blast through all 3 of the scenarios next part. They do introduce some characters, so it might take a bit, but it should be kind of funny. So thank you guys for watching. Tune in for part 6. We're first split.